Welcome back to another great episode on Daffy's Digital Playbook. Here are the 7 AI tools that I would personally be using if I started a new business today. In this video, I want to talk about how AI is no longer just for the big tech companies. It's something that anyone can leverage. And more importantly, I think it's something that every entrepreneur should learn how to use because it gives them a superpower. It allows them to do things faster, to analyze things better, and to create things that they weren't able to before. So whether you're a solopreneur or you have a large team, in this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 tools that I would personally be using if I started a business today. No one is an AI for content creation. There are a lot of tools out there right now. You've probably heard of ChatGPT or Grok. Those are 2 that I would recommend. But basically, there's a bunch of different tools that allow you to use AI to write content. Write blog posts, add copy, social media captions, whatever it might be. And why this is so important is because being able to produce content at scale is a huge competitive advantage. And if you're a business owner, you know that creating content is hard. It's hard to come up with ideas. It's hard to actually write it. It's hard to make sure that it's optimized. But with these tools, you can do it quickly. You can do it at scale. And in fact, the way that I would be using this tool if I were starting a new business is to write not only the blog post itself, but to actually write the headlines to come up with a title to give me ideas based on keywords. That, I'm thinking about targeting as well as giving me ideas of what content to create in the first place. And if you think about it, when you start a business, one of the biggest challenges is how do you get customers? How do you acquire customers? And one of the best ways to do that is through content marketing. So I would definitely be using an AI content creation tool. The second tool that I would be using is an AI for marketing and ads. Now again, there are a ton of different options here. One that we've been experimenting with a lot is Jasper. It's one that I would recommend. But essentially, there are a ton of different tools that allow you to take your marketing and your ads to the next level. And what I mean by that is that you can generate images, you can generate ad creative, you can generate variations of a product. You can do all sorts of things that weren't possible before. But also, it allows you to do it much, much faster. So if you're a business owner, especially if you sell a physical product, you can imagine the amount of creative that it takes to be able to market that product, to sell that product, to show images of it. Well, with an AI tool like this, you can do it faster, and ultimately, you can do it better. So I would definitely be using an AI marketing and ads tool. The third tool that I would be using is an AI for data and analytics. So what I mean by this is that there are a bunch of different tools out there that allow you to collect data from various sources. From your website, from your social media, from your ads, wherever it might be, and then to visualize that data in a way that's actually actionable and helpful. And what I mean by this is that if you're a business owner, you probably have a lot of questions, like what are my best performing channels? What are my best performing products? Which customers are most valuable? Where should I be spending my money? What should I be doing more of, less of? And if you don't have the resources necessarily to hire an analyst, you can use an AI for data and analytics to answer all of those questions for you. And some of the tools out there are really, really simple. They allow you to connect it to your Google Analytics account, and it'll automatically generate charts, graphs, dashboards for you to tell you exactly what you need to know. The fourth tool that I would be using is an AI for automation. So if you're a business owner, you probably understand that there's a ton of different tools that you have to use. You might have an email tool. You might have a CRM, a customer relationship management tool. You might have an accounting software. You might have all these different tools that you're using to run your business. Well, an AI for automation allows you to connect all of those different tools together. So it allows you to send data from one tool to another. It allows you to trigger an action in one tool based on what happens in another tool. And what I mean by this is if you think about it, there's a lot of repetitive tasks that you do as a business owner. Maybe you have a form on your website, and you want to automatically send that information to your CRM. Maybe you want to automatically send a follow-up email to someone who signs up for your newsletter. Maybe you want to send an SMS message to someone when their order ships. All of these are examples of automations that you can set up with a tool like Zapier, which is an example of an AI for automation. The fifth tool that I would be using is an AI for customer service. So this could be anything from a basic chatbot tool for your website to a more advanced customer support system. And why this is so important is because as your business grows, you're going to have more and more customers, you're going to have more and more questions, more and more issues, more and more things that you need to support. And it's just not feasible to do that manually. You need to find ways to automate it. you need to find ways to make it more efficient. And an AI for customer service can do that for you. So whether it says a chatbot on your website that can answer some of the most common questions that you get, or whether it says a tool that allows you to automatically respond to customer reviews, there is a lot of different ways that you can use AI to improve your customer service and ultimately provide a better experience for your customers. So now that we've covered the 7 different tools, let's talk about why this is so important for entrepreneurs. When I think about the businesses that I've worked with, the businesses that I've invested in, the businesses that I've built myself, I can tell you one of the biggest challenges is just the sheer amount of work that it takes to run a business. There's a lot of things that you have to do, and it's very difficult to do everything efficiently. It's very difficult to do everything at scale. But with AI, you have the ability to do that. With AI, you have the ability to do things faster, to do things better. But I think most importantly, you have the ability to do things that weren't possible before. You have the ability to create things that you weren't able to create before. And I think that's the most exciting thing about AI. You know, AI has the ability to augment our creativity. It has the ability to make us better creators. It has the ability to help us do things that we weren't able to do before. And I think that's the most important thing to remember about AI. It's not a replacement for creativity. It's not a replacement for great ideas. It's not a replacement for hard work. It's a tool that can help you do all of those things better. It can help you create things that you weren't able to create before. And ultimately, it can help you build a business that you're proud of. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out my other content where I cover topics such as how to use AI for content creation and much, much more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Daffy out.